"I'm going to kill him," said the woman seated in the grim shadows of the kitchen nook. "Good morning." Alice Pepper yawned as she entered the kitchen and flicked on the pendant light over the oak table. "I could see we're going to pick up where we left off last night." Alice noticed that her friend was still smartly dressed in a black pantsuit with a gold and bronze-striped shirt that complemented her brown skin. Probably never made it to bed. Most likely she'd sat here through the night, dozing off and stewing over the betrayal. And yet, Ruby looked fabulous. Her hair and makeup were impeccable as always. Her lips were taupe-colored with a subtle sheen, and a layer of gold eyeshadow highlighted her chocolatey eyes. Even in desperate times, Ruby Milliner maintained her polished appearance. Alice paused by the table. "Honey, you look fabulous, but I have to ask, did you get any sleep at all?" "I won't rest until he's breathed his last stinking breath." "That's one way to work through it." "This is not a therapeutic exercise, Alice. I'm going to kill him. A slow, painful death. That's the plan." Ruby turned a puzzle piece in her hand as she stared blankly toward the mountains. "It's not like I didn't warn him. I told him I'd rip him apart if he ever messed around." "Coffee first." Fastening her robe, Alice caught a fuzzy image of herself in the glass of the wide window. Her cap of gray hair sat flat against her skull, and her face seemed to be all angles. Long nose, jutting cheekbones, pointed chin. Add a white kerchief to her jaw and a ball and chain to her 6-foot-tall frame, and she could have played the ghost of Jacob Marley. Not that any woman looked her best on a few hours of sleep. Not her fault. Last night, Alice had planned for some solid sleep. Today was her meeting with the mayor, an important chance to plead her case. She'd been winding down around 10 p.m. when Ruby had arrived in crisis mode. Alice yawned. She was running on a half-empty tank, which was not a good look for a woman who was no longer on the sunny side of 60. "No one should be up this early." "I never went to sleep," Ruby muttered. That explained why her shiny black locks fell over her shoulders and curled gently at the ends. Or wait, was that a wig? With Ruby, she was rarely sure, unless she was sporting an elaborate hairstyle of twisted braids or sculpted colored hair.